Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Comfy Couch Conversations. My name is Robin Shine Maddox, who will serve as your host this evening. And I'm so excited that you have thought enough to just tune in and to just check us out, and to as well as to engage us by way of chat. As I mentioned, my name is Robin Shine Maddox, and yes, I am the founder, president, visionary, executive leader for the She Shines organization. And many of you are familiar with or have heard about She Shines, and yes, that's us. We also host the She Shines conference, which is coming up on Saturday, November 7th. I wanted to put that plug in really early. We're so excited about the lineup of speakers and guests and everyone who will be joining us. So I hope you will take a moment to just go to our website, sheshinesconference.com, and register, check us out. But I'm so excited. We have a special guest today, as I've been announcing since last week. We have the one and only Brenda, let me say Gilmore. Where did I get Gilmore from? Oh my goodness. Goldsmith, who will be joining us. And then we have a special guest who we will bring in just a little later. But you know what? Let's start without further ado. Let's welcome Sister Brenda Goldsmith. Hi, Brenda.
Hi, Robin. How are you?
I'm well. I'm excited. Oh my goodness. I can't believe I have the Brenda Goldsmith joining us. But people don't know.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we really go way back, like years ago. Now, Brenda, I won't put you on blast. I started to because I came across some pictures way back when we were working together during the former councilwoman Blondell Reynolds Brown's event.
Oh my God!
Ago, oh my God, and I can even go back a little further. But okay, I won't pull up the pictures because I still want our friendship to remain intact. So, how are you?
I'm doing great. All is well. How about yourself?
Oh, I'm doing well. Cannot complain. So let's jump right on in. We want to talk about and let the audience know. Really, there are a lot of people who are up front, like the spotlight is on them. They're on stage, just in the limelight. But it's the people behind the scenes that really matter. Yeah. That make it all happen. And very rarely do we know who those people are. And so I thought, hey, wait a minute. With, us celebrating 250 years of America's history, and especially the birthplace here in Philadelphia and all the festivities and events that's going on, I thought, hey, you know what? I want to showcase, I want to put a spotlight on, I want to shine the light on the woman in Philadelphia who makes it happen. And so tell us a little bit about you, what you do, before what you do, how did you get to this point in your life? Was this always your dream career when you were a little kid?
No, actually, it wasn't, Robin. For years, I spent in the medical field for 20 years. I went to Temple in medical records, and I worked in several hospitals, Jefferson Episcopal, and lastly, Germantown Hospital. And it was always my calling to be in the medical field, to be able to help our people in any kind of way. My last assignment at Germantown, the hospital, the office was for the uninsured and the underinsured. And
Wow.
so for those who didn't have insurance or limited amount insurance, they came into the office and we would take them regardless. And I
Mhm.
would always make sure that I had enough supplies and samples for those who couldn't afford it, so that they could still, receive their medication. So medical field was always my dream, and never thought I would end up in entertainment, if you will. And just by chance, Germantown Hospital, as you know, closed in '96 and became a rehab facility. And I had been a volunteer for the Thanksgiving Day Parade for years, and got to know the producers and all that were involved. In August of '96, the hospital closed, and I reached out just to see if there perhaps were any positions available instead of just volunteering. And lo and behold, as God would have it, there was a volunteer coordinator position available, and I got that position where I oversaw all of the volunteers in the parade, and from there moved on up to then becoming a production manager over the parade, overseeing the budgets and the groups and so forth, and then eventually moving on up to associate producing different production numbers in the parade, and securing talent and so forth, that was needed for a production number. And that's how it all started. I had never had any idea that I would be in
Wow.
this era. Yeah, because I love medical, I love my patients. Um, but now I have another love, and I'm able to to get people, and have people participate and make their dreams come true, as we say with Disney, make that Disney magic happen. And so that I'm so grateful for, being able to be in that position, to be that vehicle to again, singers and dancers who normally would not have an opportunity to be able to participate in a lot of these major events and television productions.
Wow. And you like kind of just fast tracked us to when you started in the medical field,
Right.
and then now where it has landed you today. Um, and I heard you when you were talking about your humble beginnings working in in the various hospitals. It was always your heart's desire to help people,
Correct.
right?
Correct.
To
Correct.
help people. And I also heard that when you were talking about helping people, an example that you gave is you always made sure that there were enough supplies, medical supplies, whatever the patients needed, right? Whatever
Yeah.
the staff needed. And I chuckled inside. I said, "Oh, that's that Brenda. She's going to make sure that every need, you're like Jesus, is going to be supplied." It's going to be supplied. That is that
Exactly.
Brenda Goldsmith. And it's
Exactly.
amazing because uh, uh, just to pause a little bit, we want people to know that where they may be today doesn't necessarily mean that's where they will end up tomorrow. And that there
Absolutely.
are skills that are transferable. So therefore,
Absolutely.
don't deny yourself the opportunity to dream uh,
Right.
of a career or a job, something that's really of interest to you, but
Right.
you did not have the formal training in that
Exactly.
particular area because skill sets, especially when they're really refined and polished,
Yes.
they are transferable,
Terrible.
right?
Absolutely.
And if nothing
Absolutely.
else, if nothing else, one main skill that everybody, regardless of what their career, their profession
Right.
is people skills.
Right.
Let's
Absolutely.
not let's not be fooled with the advancement of technology and AI and all these robots,
Right.
right?
Right.
Let
Right.
me tell you, people will always be around, right?
Absolutely.
And it
Absolutely.
is nothing like having a touch,
Yes.
feel,
Yes.
conversation, people feeling good about themselves because
Yes.
of what someone said, a comment, someone came alongside just to help them out. But I find that so remarkable. You went from the medical and making magic in the
Right.
entertainment sector. Oh my gosh, that is great. So share with us if you can. I'm quite sure you have many, but
Mhm.
what was one of the most profound events? Not only profound but like memorable events that you experienced.
I think one of my most memorable events that I've worked on would probably be the Marian Anderson Award because for what it stands for and how it remembers the youth. And not only that, I got the opportunity to meet some great actors and
Wow,
singers because we've honored Harry Belafonte, Gregory Peck, Danny Glover, Ruby Dee and Ozzie Davis, Wynton Marsalis, um, Oprah. That was the most exciting one,
wow,
and it was a pleasure meeting her, and so forth, so on. And so they have such meaning behind them. Parades are great and they're entertaining, and I love to see the smiles on the children's faces. But I think Marian Anderson has such a deep rooted, first of all, for who she was and how she broke that barrier for us to be able to sing in places that we wouldn't be able to have gotten into.
hmm,
And she was just, so outstanding. And from what I hear from her niece, very humble person. And so that legacy goes on to all of the honorees that we had. All the honorees have just been amazing over the 10 years that we had it. And so I would think Marian Anderson Award probably was my favorite event that I did year after year over all the other events. I love, again, Thanksgiving and Cherry Blossom Parade and so forth, and even July 4th celebration. But up to now, it's been Marian Anderson. Of course, now the tables have turned because I am producer of Gospel on Independence, which is my heart, my baby.
now hold it,
And
hold it. You jumping, you're going too fast, you're going too fast.
okay,
Let's put a pin in that. Let's put a pin in that. You know,
okay,
we're
okay,
definitely going to talk about that as well. But before we get to
okay,
that, so
right.
would you share with our audience what does a talent producer actually do? Right? What are the responsibilities being a talent producer?
So basically, depending on the event itself, say for instance, Marian Anderson, the job as a talent producer, once you've secured the artist with Marian Anderson, the artist got an opportunity to excuse me, to select whoever they would like
Mhm.
to perform. Um, and so we would contact the artists that they would want to perform. I remember Danny Glover wanting um, the famous tap dancer. Can't think of his name at the moment, and um, Maya Angelou. She wanted Kirk Franklin to perform, and so forth, so on. So we secure the talent, work with the budgets, work with timing, work with travel, work with the music and so forth that they want any accompaniment. As a matter of fact, when Oprah was honored, she wanted BB and CC Wining.
Wow.
And so we had them as well as a choir, which quite affectionately how my company name became because I was always getting choirs for
Mhm.
events. And one of the cameramen said to me, "You should name your company Acquired Taste, but a play on words with is ACHOIR hyphen D taste." So it's Acquired Taste, so it's a play on words. But basically, that's what our job is to do. And once everything has been secured and contracts have been executed and travel has been arranged, and then we put together the show based on how the executive producer would like the show to run. So,
Mhm.
of course, there's a host. We secure a host, and then whatever special guests, and then the honoree, and then of course the talent will perform, and awards are given. And so it's just a combination of just culminating the whole program from soup to nuts, from the beginning to end, and most importantly, staying within your budget that's been given.
Well, okay. So I mentioned that you have to have people skills. And what you just shared, one of the skill sets that come to mind is time management.
Yes,
And
yes,
we can't you though many all of us really it does a disservice if we just willy-nilly, I'll do it later,
right.
don't write things down. Time management, in addition to organizational skills, right?
Absolutely,
um,
absolutely.
and that is needed, right? And then
Right,
also important is financial skills. So
absolutely.
I'll put this out there, and we really that should I'm gonna get in trouble. Like I'm gonna get in trouble for this, right?
uh,
You said, but that starts in the home, in terms of being taught that, right?
absolutely.
There's a reason why our moms, our dads, our nannies, our aunties tell us, okay, when you wake up in the morning,
Right,
you just don't throw your things around, right? You
absolutely.
tidy up your room, right?
Right,
Make sure that you get to bed on time. You rise in enough time to get to your destination in the morning, because all of that, when it's embedded in us at a young age, that's
yes,
part of our maturing and growing and helping us as we move into and navigate into this world,
yes,
right? And so
yes,
those skill sets are very, very important
yes,
to have and to master. And to
yes.
master. And there are people who come alongside, right?
Mhm, mhm.
That are willing to help us, right? And
Right,
to sharpen those areas that need a little bit more developing in, right?
right,
So it's not just about, oh, I'm a talent producer, talent coordinator, and I get to meet, this
right,
person, that famous person, da, 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 da. It's one thing to meet and engage them and be in their space, right?
right,
But it's totally different when you show up ready.
right. Exactly.
Show up ready, because you don't know who's watching, right?
Absolutely,
You never know.
absolutely.
You never know who is watching. So let me ask you this question: how do you balance all of that? Because it doesn't sound like this is just a 9 to 5 job.
Right. It
So,
absolutely isn't.
so how do you balance that?
One thing I've said, and I'll say to anyone in this business, or desiring to get into this business, it's definitely not a 9 to 5. It's definitely not Monday through Friday, because I get calls all the time. You never know when a producer may call you, see if you're available for an event off the cuff. And it does mean sometimes staying at work late to 7 or 8.
Mhm.
I'm fortunate that I have the availability to do that. And so for me, it works perfectly. Actually, I love it. I look forward to it because I stay busy. But yes, you have rehearsals. Um, excuse me, that you may have to attend, or meetings that you may have to attend. You may be dealing with a client on the West Coast where there's a 3 hour difference. And so you just have to be really committed, excuse me, and not, excuse me, and not a strict 9 to 5 person. When 5 o'clock the bell rings, you're out the door. No, 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 no. There's sometimes at night that I'm thinking of things and I'm like, oh, let me send an email 10, 11
Mhm.
o'clock at night,
Mhm. Mhm.
as I think of it, so I don't forget it. And so it's just a matter of being dedicated and desiring, because it's definitely, there's no cutoff. To me, you're constantly working, but it's great because, as I always say, your last performance or your last job is your next interview. And so when someone sees you working hard and
Mhm.
there's no complaining and coming in early or staying late or Saturdays or Sundays, they see that in you and know, well, that person doesn't mind. They get it. because again, news is 24/7. It never stops. And so um, the date won't wait for you. You have to wait for the date. You have to have everything completed and done, because when July 4th is here, it's going to be here whether you're ready or not.
Right.
So,
Right. And ready or not, also, I was thinking you have to show up when you don't even feel like showing
yeah,
up. And you
yeah,
also have to show up because I'm thinking with all what you did with 6 ABC Disney with the Thanksgiving Day parade, which is held
right,
in November, right? Well, the sun
correct,
wasn't always shining and it was not always hot outside. So you had
right.
to contend with those elements, the rain, the snow,
That's
right? The
yes,
cold
that's true.
weather.
That's
You
true.
must say, oh, well, I'm going to stay in today. I know the parade's going on, but it's too cold out. No,
No,
you got to be ready, stay ready, no matter what.
absolutely. As people say, is this rain or shine? Yes, unfortunately, it's rain or shine because we're on air. We still have to fill the air time, so it is rain or shine. We just pray for the best.
Yeah, exactly. And no pun intended, but you got to weather the storm, right?
Right,
You got to
right,
weather the storm no matter what,
exactly.
because there's so many other pieces that's connected. It's not
Right,
just about me being the singer, the performer, right?
right,
Um,
right,
so it's not all about me. It's about
right.
those who will be dancing behind me. That, like you said, the timing, the cameraman, right? You got
Absolutely.
security to deal with. You got another
Yeah,
time zone, and another. So
absolutely.
it's a lot of coordination, very
Yes,
detailed coordination,
yes,
and the
yes.
nuance of it all. It's it's not as simple as you make it
Right.
look like it is, right? It's not at all. And I won't even
It's
talk
not.
about you dealing with hundreds of different personalities.
Absolutely, absolutely,
And you got to
absolutely,
maintain, that
absolutely.
level of, okay, calm and,
Yes,
and being, in control, not
yes.
controlling, but in control,
No.
discipline,
Right.
self-discipline, right?
That's it. That's
So I
it.
have to ask you a question, especially in the climate that we're in today, right? Uh,
Hmm.
so if you don't mind, or you can talk around it, right? But being in the position that you have been in for numerous years, right?
Right.
And collaborating with so many people, right? So,
Yes.
and being a woman, right? What challenges have you encountered as a woman leader in this industry, and how have you navigated through them?
Well, I just first of all put God first, number one, because I know, as someone always says, if He puts you there, He'll see you through.
Hmm.
And so putting Him first, and whatever challenges that I may come up or that may face me, I ask Him to lead me and to guide me to either say the right thing or not say
Right.
maybe anything at all until His time for me to say something. It is difficult because entertainment is has been widely known for as a male
Right.
dominated leaders and so
Mhm.
forth. And so being a African American woman coming into this industry and making sure that we as African Americans are always included
Yes, yes.
has really been challenging, but nevertheless I stand firm and continue to progress and make sure that we are not excluded, that we are included, and again, just following the lead, and asking the Lord to just lead me through some of the pressures that I face, and be able to again stand on His word. I would not be here because not really having formal training in entertainment,
Mhm.
But I tell you, the best training is when he trains you, when he puts you in a
Wow.
position you
Yes.
can't fail. And so I
Yes.
lean back on that and I look and I say to myself, I look at some individuals who've had formal training, again, because my college background was medical, but nevertheless, I am standing toe to
Yes.
toe and I know it's nobody but him. So I just push forward, say what I have to say. Don't say when it's time for me to speak. I let the Lord allow to speak through me, but still forge forward and making sure that I, as an African American woman, is respected and that who I represent is respected.
Wow. And I have to commend you, and I'm quite sure so many others will share the same thing. You not only go in and being in this industry, just thinking about yourself,
Right.
but you go in representing all the
Absolutely.
other women, African American women. And you know what? Yes, African American women, African Americans,
Right.
but also, you are one that definitely has embraced diversity with
Absolutely.
all the different the talent that you have
Uh,
secured and worked with, right?
yes.
So it's like, again, that song that I was taught when we were a little kid, right? Red,
Uh-huh.
what is it? Red and
Oh,
yellow,
yeah.
black and white. We are all precious in
Precious.
His sight. Jesus
Amen.
loves the little children of the world. So
Amen.
you reach out beyond,
Yes.
those
Yes.
who have under other normal circumstances been
Right.
overlooked, right?
Right.
But
Right.
you provide an opportunity for so many people across
Absolutely.
race, ethnicity, age, and
Yes.
gender.
Yes. Yes.
I'm
Yes.
telling you, I'm like, wow, talk about letting your light shine before all men, right? And
Yes.
you've done it well. And it's
Thank
nothing
you.
like engaging or engaging in a conversation or talking about the Thanksgiving Day parades or the cherry
Right.
blossom parades or even the
Right.
WaWa Welcome to America
Right.
parades or like the big Christmas annual Christmas gospel
Right.
Christmas event
Yes.
at the Kimball, and then you mentioned about the Marian Anderson Award.
Yes.
Those events, right? Somewhere along the line, someone is mentioning your name,
Yes.
and I
Yes.
just want to say, and your name, and they speak well of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
That within itself says a lot.
Yes.
It
Yes.
says a lot. Your
Okay.
reputation precedes you,
Thank
and
you.
you're such a blessing, not only to the body of Christ, but even outside those who don't know
Mhm.
all faith. You are a blessing. You really are. And,
Thank
and
you.
I want to say that to you publicly on air, whoever, how many people are watching, right? We need to, as we often say, give flowers while the person's still
Yes.
alive, and speak well
Yes.
of them and let them know what other
Right.
people think or what you think of them. And
Thank
just to
you.
say thank you for the work that you've done. How many years have you been doing this?
Since 1996. It's
1996.
a
Y'all do
long
the math. My
time.
brain is still trying to wrap around all what you do and how you do it and how you manage it and you make
Yes.
it work. Uh,
Yes.
let's talk about acquired taste.
Yes.
You
Yes.
shared how you came up with that name. That's the name of your business, right?
Yes.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, and those who she has a legitimate business. She's an independent contractor,
LLC. Yes.
LLC, absolutely.
Yes.
And so we're proud of her for handling that side, the
Right.
business side of it, right?
Right.
And
Right.
so you have been able to pull together so many voices and musicians for major events. And
Yes.
of course, we talked and we mentioned the Thanksgiving Day parade with, the choirs, um,
Right.
soloists, right? Having
Right.
the musicians
Right.
there. But also, why don't you talk about, we're leading up to the WaWa,
Yes.
the Christmas. Talk about that big Christmas event every year.
So, the first I'll talk about the WaWa event, which, as you said, is coming up very soon in about 2 weeks. WaWa, actually, we start officially 19 days of celebration starting with Juneteenth, 32 events across the city of Philadelphia. But on Sunday, June 28th, we have our Gospel on Independence, which is one of the major events. There's 3 concerts that'll be held in Old City at 6th and Market, and one being on June 28th, Gospel Independence, with our national recording artist, Kirk Franklin, who is amazing, and we look forward to having him be with us and minister to us, as well as a 250 voice choir.
Woo! Yay!
Yes.
So wait a minute. So on that day, right? So you got together the talent, all the talent, the choirs, the rehearsals, the musicians, the directors or directress, all of that. And you've done that every year, right?
Correct.
And so this year, as I mentioned earlier, we're celebrating 250 years of America. And so, as you mentioned, Kirk Franklin will be coming, right? So I'm thinking, I want to be a part of that. I brought a tambourine. So I know you haven't thought about this, but don't worry about it. I will be there dressed accordingly, my red, white, and blue, right? And I will have my red, white, and blue tambourine, because I know you have a tambourine section, right?
You gotta have a tambourine section.
So that will be me. Now make sure that wherever you position me, it's in the front.
Okay. Absolutely. We gotta have you showcasing that tambourine.
I'm telling you. But speaking of which, I also read somewhere, and I'm so excited. Not only Kirk Franklin, but did I understand or did I read correctly that Marette Brown Clark is going to be there? Well, hold on. Everyone, just put a pause, because I think this is the perfect time to bring in Marette's stylist at this time.
Oh my God!
Yes! PJ Owens.
What's up, y'all?
Hey, PJ.
Nice.
Before we move any further, here's the thing. I need for everybody to realize how serious this lady is about her front row tambourine ministry. I need people to know she's good. That's not a joke. I'm just warning y'all now. So when she comes up there, I want y'all to y'all been warned. You've been warned.
We've been warned.
Listen here, PJ. Now, why you had to tell the folks that?
Because the people think that you playing and you serious.
Pete, listen.
Right dead front.
Right in the front.
And Marette with 250. Boom, 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 boom.
I'm telling you, I'm going to scream and have my phone like this the whole time.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Listen here, I'm the extra surprise guest at that event, right?
You are. I love it.
Okay.
PJ, it's so great to see you and to have you join us. I won't tell everybody that, I reached out at the last minute, but we didn't want to let people know that, right?
It actually wasn't last minute. Trust me, it's been times where these moments happen within 24 to 48 hours. So that wasn't last minute.
Well, thank you, PJ. Thank you. So, PJ, let's talk a little bit. I'm talking to Brenda, as you know, about this big 250th big gospel on the independence, right?
Yes.
And so someone who you have been working with for some time will also be joining us, coming here to the city of brotherly love and sisterly affection, right? Yeah. So make sure we have enough pretzels and cheesesteaks for them, all right?
Oh, 1,000%.
Oh my God.
One of the last times when Marette did the Mother's Day concert about 2 years ago, I made sure that she had a good cheesesteak. So that's on the list now for sure.
Okay.
All right.
That's good. We got to get some tasty cakes in there. Brenda, you know all things, right?
It's summer, so I have to make sure that she has the Philly summer experience now.
Okay. Right. See, that's what, as a brander, as a brand influencer, You know how to do it. So tell me just a little bit about your experience as a brand influencer, a stylist as
Mhm.
well, and how that also fits into this whole world of entertainment and that entertainment industry, and what it's like and your role, right, and maintaining your faith, right, without compromise,
Mhm.
right, and still having an impact on the lives of so many people and making them look so fabulous.
Yeah, no, 1,000%. Thank you, first of all. So I am a brand and image consultant, and that's the overall umbrella, and so many things go under that, from strategist to creative director to event curator to,
Wow.
and so many things go under that particular umbrella. So
Mhm.
for Marette, I've stepped in as um, I do a little bit of creative direction, but also styling. So I've been working with her. Crazy, we've been working at this 2015, but I stepped into the
Wow.
role of stylist, I want to say in 2022, 2021, 2022. So
Mhm.
that's like her last full project, He Loves Me, which is phenomenal. Please check it out on all of your platforms. He Loves Me. She redid Richard Smallwood's Angels Watching.
Yes.
So redid
Ah,
Angels, and we have I See Good. Just it's a collection of just amazing music that I really think will help people every single day. It just talks about the love of Christ from every perspective. So I really think that's a good project. So I started working with her around that time, and we've just been going ever since. And I think people, you know, sometimes church people can just get a little bit beside themselves and saying certain things, but image has always been important to us as a people, as a culture, right?
Yeah.
So I'm a firm believer that when you look good, you feel good, and when you feel good, you do good, and when you do good, your life then becomes better. But that
Mhm.
definitely starts with you looking in the mirror and saying, you know what? Not only do I feel good, I actually look good. So
Right.
that's
Right.
always my thing. I like the brand from the inside out. I don't like to dress up unhappiness or dress up
Right.
mask. I don't like that. So I want to make sure it's a lot of my sessions, even beyond Marette, it'll turn into a therapy session. We'll just be sitting there like, go ahead, baby, just talk, let it all out. Because now I know when you get dressed, you're going to show up a different way.
Wow.
right.
Wow.
So that
Wow.
that's really where I come in, and I don't take this um, position lightly. I
Mhm.
feel like anybody who has the privilege to be in any kind of talent safe space or
Mhm.
close quarters, we have to know how to manage that moment, right?
Mhm.
We have to
Mhm.
know how to handle that moment, because everybody's not privy to that inner circle
Mhm.
that
Right.
is. So I think it's very important. It does take a certain person. You have to be trustworthy. You have to
Yes.
it's beyond just knowing what to do with your job. You may have to in your mind be like, okay, if that makeup artist don't come in, you got to know how to put them brows on, you know how to put that lash on, like things that you have to know how to do, not to take over the job, but
Right.
if you're present, you have to kind of make sure that you know a lot of moments, right?
Right.
Or be of assistance or be value added. So
Mhm.
I like I said, I don't take this moment lightly. I definitely feel like this is a part of my ministry. I'm a
Mhm.
marketplace ministry guy. Like I
Mhm.
give kudos to everybody who likes to be in that pulpit and that those four
But
walls.
outside.
I'm an outside person from the pulpit to the public.
Right.
We're not even going to talk about that right now. But
Oh,
I am absolutely a marketplace ministry person. I enjoy the people and doing the work outside. So I definitely believe that this is a part of just what I'm here to do. And again, this is just one area of who PJ is, but it is a very important area, and it's been this way for decades. Like I used to sit. Funny moment, because you like the story. I used to I used to sit in church, and I would just be sitting. And I remember this, honest to God, I had to be like 6, 7. I used to sit in church and just be like, I wonder how I can change that wig on her head.
wait a minute. Hold on. Take me off camera because I can take my wig.
No, please, you are fine. But I really used to think this stuff. We're like, I wonder how I can make his suit better. Like this, seriously, like this. These are the things, and I really believe that we should pay attention to the things that our children gravitate toward, what hobbies,
Right. Right. Right.
because those things are markers for what they need to cultivate for growing up. Like I really used
Right.
to think about how can I just make this stuff better because y'all look a fool up there. How can I make this better? So this didn't just start one day where it was like I just want to dress people. No, it really it started from when I was a kid. I've always loved fashion. I've always loved clothes, and I've always liked how people, the confidence that exuded from them once they looked in the mirror, and whether it was a special event or a special, I love that like spark that would come up. So I was like, if I could be a part of that and make it a career, hands down, like I want to do that forever.
So in other words, we can sum it up with one word, and that is you love to make people, men or women, shine.
Oh, here we go. Yep, I like to make them shine. Yes.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. The sparkle, the shine. And I agree with you because I think clothing and what we wear and at different events, right? I wouldn't. No, I was about to get in trouble. Let me just say, okay. I'm a firm believer that there are certain attire for certain events.
1,000%.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, put a pause in that. Let me go back to Marette. She's such a sweetheart. I remember, I don't know if you remember this. Back in 2018, as you know, both of you know, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. So 2018, it was 2019 when Praise is the Cure. Sadly, the Lord called Anita and her daughter home to be with them. They were both breast cancer survivors. And every year they will host a major Praise is the Cure weekend event for women who were diagnosed with breast cancer, as well as survivors, and including men, right? Held at the Mount Airy Church of God in Christ. And I remember this one particular year, Anita reached out to me, and we were talking about the gospel concert that they always close that year. And I said, sure, however I can help, and reached out by way of our dear friend, Philadelphia's own, the legend, the master of the B3 organ, Stephen Ford, right?
Uncle Steve.
Yes. And so we made the connection. Long story short, Marette said yes, she would come and do the concert. And I was like a little kid. I was so excited because of the background singers were, Stevie's family members, right? And a few others. And I snuck myself up in there as a background. This is on tape, right?
Rickery.
You couldn't tell me nothing. Listen, to sing with Pastor Michelle Ford, Dolly, Courtney, Sarita, and Chanel. Listen, are you kidding me? And I knew them for years because I was family, and we had a blast. And that was when Brenda, who organist, who he passed away. Ingram.
Oh, Alex Ingram.
Alex Ingram. And the other organist, his father's pastor, tall, light skin, who again, one of your musicians,
Freddie Bowers.
Freddie Bowers, yes.
Oh, Freddie Bowers.
And we had a blast at rehearsals and just being with Marette. It was amazing, right?
And what you see is what you get. And I tell her this all the time, but being able to work with that kind of person first.
Yeah.
I don't take that lightly because I promise you, Marette is one of the nicest people I have ever met. I have watched her. If we were at an event, I've watched a line of people come. She's never denied anybody for a picture. She's never denied anybody for what God was saying to her about them. Like I've watched her impart into people on the streets. I've watched her encourage the security guard, just like she encourages the pastor. So it's been such an honor to watch her in real time. It is an honor. It's an honor.
Yes. So I'm excited because to have Kirk Franklin and Marette. Come on.
But we just did Juneteenth together in Charlotte last year. years ago. So they were in concert. It was Marette and Kirk, and that was it. So that as soon as I saw this again, I was like, oh, this is home again. So it's great. And it was a phenomenal concert. It was out in the park, whole lot of people, it was just real good. So when I saw that this year, and when we connected earlier this year with the shout out to Wayne Perry.
Yes.
Yeah. So crazily, Marette was here in December, and I took her sightseeing again. So I took her down to the fashion district, and we ran into good friend Wayne Perry. Wayne was like, you gotta call Brenda. And I was like, listen, of course I know it's Brenda. So we connected, and that's how this all happened. So it really is like,
wow.
Right.
Yeah.
And then here you and Brenda are on the show. Listen.
Right.
Yeah.
So hold on. We got to change the headlines just a little bit. We got to add, Kirk, Marette, and Robin.
Yes.
Oh Lord.
Yep. Yes.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Amen.
What I want to before we close out, I want to talk about, we're talking about the 250th America Gospel and Independence, but leading up to that date, Brenda, tell us a little bit about this big concert that's happening on Friday, as in tomorrow. You know what?
Yes. We are
your fingerprints are also in that. So yes, tell us about it.
Thank you. Yes, tomorrow at Enon Tabernacle Baptist Church, we are having our 150th Jubilee concert and tribute to America's 250th birthday. I said to Pastor Waller last year, Pastor, what are we going to do for the 250th? Are we coming together as Baptist churches all together, individually? What's going to be our contribution? We are too valuable not to have something that we do to represent and not forget the Black church and its contribution through song to America. And so Pastor came up with the idea of having this huge Jubilee concert. And since we are celebrating 150 years, it just ties in together. And there is, oh my God, the rehearsal last night was just amazing. A full orchestra, 300 voices, dancers, footage. It's just going to be remarkable.
Love it.
Awesome.
Remarkable. Yes.
Awesome. Again, kudos to you, Brenda, for all what you do and how you continue to look out for everyone to make sure that we're included in some way, some form, some fashion, right? And what's going on, not only in our city, but then the Cherry Blossom that you also do down in DC, correct? Or is that,
correct.
And then you also, you did something you also do an event in Florida?
I did, yes. Miss America's Outstanding Teen Pageant and the Daytona 500 were past events that I've also worked on, yes, in Florida.
So let's take the last couple of minutes, and I'm going to start with you, PJ. Sure. If you can share some words of encouragement and some wisdom, right? Impart into those who are watching or will be watching when we talking about, because you said something and it was an inside joke from the pulpit to the pew to the public square, right? And where God places his children in various sectors, very different professions. And sometimes, and I recall, I have to go back when I was a little kid, it was always frowned upon if someone entered into the entertainment sector, right? And you know that as well, Brenda, right? And whether you're actually on screen or behind the scenes, right? And it was always frowned upon. But my question was and still is, why not have men and women of faith utilizing their knowledge, skills, and abilities, their giftings, right? To be in various places and spaces, to work in various industries, right? Because first of all, we know who it was ultimately, as you said, Brenda, earlier. It was the Lord's doing, and that was part of his plan and his purpose, for your life.
Absolutely.
So could you just speak to that? and to those who are watching, it may not be entertainment for them. It may be, I don't know, in sports or in the medical field, and how we do a disservice when we discourage or we speak ill of a particular profession that's legal, ethical, right? More often, right? And stay confined into the four walls of the church.
Yeah.
Speak to that. Of course, you'll have to talk about how the She Shines conference and my theme, but nonetheless, speak to that.
No, sure. And so many things just ran through my mind as you were asking that question. My prayer changed a couple years ago. It really did. And I began to, I said, Lord, make me who I am in you and not who they want me to be. That was my prayer. Because unfortunately, in the church, and I can only speak on behalf of Black church because that's what I grew up in. But when they see someone who's charismatic, when they see someone who's articulate, when they see somebody of influence, they automatically start to train you up for ministry in a very specific way.
Yes.
Not saying like, you know what, that influence may not be for here. It may be for the entertainment industry, or it may be for the medical industry, or it may be for these different industries and not a specific way in here, right? So my prayer absolutely changed. Lord, make me who I am in you and not who they want me to be. That's number one. Number two, if you feel like you are different, if you feel like God has given you something different, the work assigned to your hands is different, lean into that. A lot of times we lean out, but we have to lean into what those things are, no matter how weird or difficult it may be. If things keep attracting themselves to you, those are just moments that, we should pay attention in those times. And also my last point would be, remember to not share, and I say this often, remember to not share your global ideas with local-minded people. It will never work.
Come on.
It'll never work. How many times have we had big ideas and we shared it and somebody minimized, or they'll put little in front of it? That's the easiest way to get knocked out from me. Or like your little conference or your little concert. No. Take this little punch, because that's not nice. So remember, just if God has given you something sacred, please be careful to protect that baby and talk about the people who help be a midwife to get that thing on the earth and not help you abort what God has given you. So remember to not share your global ideas with local-minded people. It's going to frustrate you every single time.
Absolutely. And again, don't let your left hand know what your right hand is doing, right? Don't cast your pearls before swine. We're not calling anyone a pig, but you have to be careful. We have to be discreet. We have to be a judgment, right? You don't tell everything, as you said, to everybody, because they'll take it and manipulate it, use it, abuse it, and all of that. And it's okay to be quiet. To sit on a thing, until it hatch. Then it's like, right?
And that's what I had to learn. Yes, that's because I get so excited and I'm overflowing and I just wanted to, and that's what I had to learn.
But there are people who are graced for that, Ms. Brenda. There are people who are graced to brainstorm with and to brainstorm with and to share and bounce ideas off. That's just not everybody. So sometimes you can't go to your family. You can't go to your best friend. You can't go to those people. So I thank God that I have those people. Moretta's one of those persons, like called, like, listen, I got this idea. All right, what is it? You know what I'm saying? Like we have those people to bounce those things off of, but that doesn't mean that is your closest friend or your closest family member.
Come on.
Exactly. And so again, it's using discernment, wisdom, right? Knowing when to speak and when not to speak. And I was like you, Brenda, because of my personality, right? And I was so excited. Oh my gosh, yes! And you start seeing it, right? And then you will just want to tell everyone from a good place, not being braggadocious, but I'm excited about this, right? And I want you to be a part of, right? And don't you see it and all? But you know what? You got to be careful.
Yep.
Careful.
We have to be so careful because everybody is not in your corner.
Yeah.
Even
Amen.
though, and I again, that was me, and I'm still going through, some of that residual effects of wanting
Right.
to share and have shared
Share.
in the whole 9 yards and coming from a good place, right? A
Yes.
good heart. But you can't, and again, that's wisdom, that's discernment. You
Yes.
got to sit on it, right?
Yes.
And even though bite your lip, bite your tongue, because
Yes.
sometimes you're like, oh my God, I just want to say this, right?
Yes.
But
Yes.
you know what? Okay, I was going to even say one of Jesus' miracles that he said, and when he healed the person, he told him, "Don't go back, don't go tell, go back, tell it." Right?
Right. Right.
Um, for you theologians who are watching this show, right? Don't say, Robin, you just messed up the scripture. You know where I was coming from, okay? All right. But nonetheless, the
Right.
point is that we have to use discretion,
Right.
Yes.
right?
And I think that God gives, like I was saying, there are people who are graced for that. I call them
Right.
push partners. There are partners in our lives that help push you to your next, help push you to your destiny, help push you to whatever area that they feel like,
Yeah.
you just need a little nudge. We have push partners. So if
Right.
certain people don't fall in that category, then they have to just wait for the big picture. Some people are not graced to build with us. They're just not.
Right. That's a good.
And with that, also, we just did last week a comfy couch conversation, sisters in strategy. We talked about without compromise, and we talked about a collaboration without compromise. And the guests who were on the show with me last week, we were talking about partnerships and when to collaborate, when not to collaborate, because everyone does not align with their mission and vision.
Yeah.
So you have to be careful. They may come from a good place and they really want to, do something together, partner together, but you have to be very careful, right? Because if, like a car, if it's out of alignment, oh my gosh, you have some problems, big
That's
problems,
right.
right? It may, and we have to be careful because it may appear to be one way, right?
Right.
But that's not what it really is when you start, when you pull back, the layers, or as you continue to move forward, like, wait a minute, something's not right here.
Absolutely.
So we have to be very careful. I keep saying that word, and discerning, yes, and using wisdom, because we can, and here, it's not that necessarily that anything's wrong with that organization or bad, right?
Right.
Or
Right.
the people who are administering that or that organization, or or that business. You just want to make sure you're in good alignment.
Right.
And somewhere along the line, there, I believe
Exactly.
this should be a win-win. So and how we each define that win. Because if you keep taking from me and I keep
Right.
giving to you, PJ, that I become depleted, right? And here you go skipping to your
Right.
loo, and and have received
Right.
so much from me, and here I am depleted. There was not a
Right.
mutual, any type of
I ain't doing
exchange.
that no more.
No, absolutely not. Because so again, we just have to use wisdom, be discerning, stay in the Word of God, and pray and ask the Lord: is he or she, is this organization, are they the one for this season?
Right.
Because it
Right.
may not be
Right.
this season; it could be the next
That's right.
season, right? But we have to ask
That's
God
right.
again, what season. So, Brenda, any last parting words? No, before we get to Brenda. No, Brenda, any last parting words, and also share how people can get in contact with you, and then PJ, you'll close this out. Everybody knows that She Shines conference is coming up November the 5th. No, November the 7th. She
We're
Shines.
looking forward to that.
Yes. So go ahead, Brenda, take it away.
I just want to say thank you so much for this opportunity. It's been a blessing, and I've learned so many nuggets and so many confirmations tonight from both of you. And so I just thank God for this, because truly, Robin knows I am more of a behind the scenes person, and so It took a lot to get me out my shell, but it's been a pleasure. It's been so much fun, and
Yeah.
I've enjoyed the conversation and look forward again to having many more to come.
Absolutely.
And
PJ?
see you, yes, and see you all on tomorrow night or June 28th, 7 p.m. Independent Visitor Center.
Or November 7th at the She Shines Conference. I'm going to keep plugging that in.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
All the things. No, absolutely. It's been great. You know, I adore you, the Robin Shine. I love you. Like I said, Miss Brenda, I've been following you for years. From Great
Wow.
Gospel Gathering to, but wait, how about this, Miss Brenda? I was born in Germantown Hospital.
Is that right? Oh my
I
God.
was born in. I was like, wait a minute, come on. So yeah, it ain't there no more. So that's kind of showing.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So
wow.
it's been an honor to chill with both of you all today. You can follow me on Instagram at IAMPJ Owens. Again, IAMPJ Owens, and my company Muse. My website, all words, muse360.com.
Okay.
Well, thank you both, Brenda and PJ.
Thank
We
you.
circle back another time. We will come and have you guys come on board. But again, thank you to our audience who are watching now and those who will be watching a little later. I am excited and have a great time when I bring on guests, especially people who I really know, who have been a part of my life. We'll talk about that the next time with PJ and how the whole She Shines came about.
Awesome.
I'm going to always tell that story, right? Because that came as a result, because of the breast cancer that I was diagnosed with. But I'm healed now. Praise God for that. Thank you to our producer behind the scenes, Kayla J. Thank you so much, Kayla J. And Lord's willing, we hope to see you next time for another conversation on our comfy couch. Well, not a literal couch, but, figuratively speaking. So take care, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Don't go anywhere. And you can take us out, Ms. Kayla.